After another grueling afternoon of football practice and a relaxing shower, Tom entered his mother's bedroom as he had done so many times before. His friends weren't around. He could finally stop impersonating the tough guy who everyone knew him as. To them, he talked about sports and idolized the players in the professional league like any normal guy. But truthfully, Tom had only one idol, and she was the woman who had brought him into this world. Since he was a boy, Tom had envied his mother and other older women. He admired their outfits and their figures. Under the masculine outer shell he lived under, he deeply wished he could attend school while wearing his mother's clothes. Perhaps one of her form-fitting dresses. And he would have a pear-shaped figure, so that it fit him perfectly, just like on Mom. Tom's heart raced as he stepped into a pair of his mother's panties. The silky texture was unlike anything in his own underwear drawer, and that's why they excited him. They hugged his hips snugly, as if made to embrace him all throughout the day. Older women had it so lucky, he thought. Their undergarments, while beautiful and racy, weren't just articles of clothing, they filled him with empowerment. He felt more confident in his own body just from wearing them. Suddenly, he began to feel strange. All of his lower body was tingling. Looking down, he watched all the hair on his legs vanish, leaving them smooth and soft. A warm pressure filled his hips. He watched them expand, his lean physique flaring out below his abdomen. At the same time, the panties themselves seemed to pull tighter against his groin, flattening across the front and fitting how they should. He was too shocked by what he was seeing to take them off. From the waist down, Tom had lost all traces of his male athletic physique. His tight skin now jiggled, and there were stretch marks and cellulite. His hips now curved outward like a woman's, like his own mother's, in fact. And his butt was much softer and rounder. He had no idea how the panties had changed him like this, but he wasn't scared. The panties fit him like they were designed to. And he wondered if he could do the same to his upper body. Back in his mother's underwear drawer, Tom found the matching bra. His fingers were shaking as he wrapped it over his shoulders and connected the hooks. He wasn't thinking at all about how he was going to reverse the transformation. His greatest wish, a wish that seemed to be coming true, was to be like his mom, to have her figure, to be able to wear her clothes, to experience all the joys of being a middle-aged woman. The same tingles and warmth returned, now to his upper body. Orbs of flesh began to grow into the bra cups, and with them came a rapid increase in mass. The bra straps dug deeper into Tom's shoulders as the muscle mass across his upper body and in his arms dwindled away. Likewise, an invisible force pushed his waist in, forming the inward contour of his new hourglass, albeit bottom-heavy, figure. When the tingles finished, he could not believe his eyes. He now had a body exactly like Mom. Tom stared at his new body for a long time. He wondered if this was a dream. When he touched his skin, he marveled at how smooth and sensitive it was. Already he was picturing how his new breasts might look in one of his mother's tops or dresses, and his new hips were begging to be wrapped in a tight pair of jeans. His mind was going crazy knowing that everything in his mother's closet would fit him now, and he could go out in public dressed as a woman without anyone thinking it was weird. Right then, Tom heard a car pull into the driveway. Mom was home. He scrambled to take off the magic underwear, then changed his mind. Being a middle-aged woman had always been his biggest desire. And now the burden of presenting as a normal guy had been lifted off his shoulders. He decided to face his mother as he was and tell her the truth. Mom came into the bedroom and stopped, eyes wide. Tom. Oh my gosh, she said, seeing his new female body. I knew someone had been sneaking into my underwear, but I thought it was your sister Lauren. If she wanted to wear my things so bad, then she should deal with having a body like mine. I didn't even think it might be you. You can take it all off. You'll change back. The man who sold them to me said so. But I don't want to change back, Tom said. I've always wanted to be like you. It almost brought him to tears while admitting his deepest feelings. Because he had been born a boy, everyone in his life had pushed him into being tough and manly, but now he had childbearing hips and 2 reasons to wear a bra. He already wanted to introduce this new body of his to the world. He wondered how it would feel to be in a man's arms, all his new soft curves being squeezed. Mom was silent for a while. Tom could tell that it wasn't easy for her to accept that her only son, who had many football trophies displayed in his bedroom, secretly wanted to be a middle-aged woman. But then she smiled and said, "If you want to be like me, you can't stop there. I thought your sister was using my brush too, so I swapped it as well, expecting her to use it. Should we finish your new look?" Tom could barely contain his excitement as Mom sat him down and began to brush the hair on the left side of his face. After a few strokes, the side of his face and his scalp were tingling. His facial hair began to fall out. His youthful skin loosened, and new wrinkles multiplied around his eyes and mouth. At the same time, his normally unkempt mane took on a seductive red shade, and the hair became straight and shiny. Mom brushed the other side, and Tom felt the last of his masculine appearance fade away. In the mirror, he saw a beautiful older woman who only faintly resembled him. When he touched his face, so did she. He loved every inch of his new appearance, and he hugged his idol, not as her son, but as someone who could have easily passed for her younger sister. Even though he had grown older, he felt like his life had started over again. Now Tom needed an outfit. He went into his mother's closet, letting his imagination run wild from every article of clothing waiting to be chosen. But it was her dresses that enticed him the most, especially those that looked like they were meant to be worn on a romantic evening. He had been a woman for fewer than 10 minutes, but already he wanted the world to see how much of a woman he was. He zipped into a sexy black dress. When he saw his reflection, he could barely stand the thought of returning to his old life. This was his dream. "I'm sorry, but I can't be your son anymore," Tom told his mother. "But maybe I can be your sister." The two of them hugged, and Mom said she had always wanted a sister. Tom didn't know the first thing about starting his life over at the age of 40, but he had the best role model. No matter what, he knew he was going to be happy.